Welcome to Researching Cases Part 4, using headnotes and key numbers as case law research tools. This is a tutorial by the Jerome Hall Law Library at Indiana University Maurer School of Law. In this tutorial, you will be introduced to headnotes and key numbers and how to use them as research tools when searching for case law. We will explore how these tools work on Westlaw and Lexis. But before we get to the databases, let's discuss what these tools are. Headnotes and key numbers began with Westlaw, or rather with its founder, John West. In a previous tutorial, we talked about case reporters and the National Reporter System. This was a product of West's company as well. In the 1800s, he discovered that commercial publishers could publish the opinions of courts much more quickly than official case reporters published by the courts themselves. At the same time, he identified another glaring problem with case law research. Cases are published chronologically in reporters, and there was no tool at the time to help a researcher find cases by topic. West set out to solve that problem. First, he and his editorial team began by creating a master list of legal topics in U.S. law. Today, there are over 400. They then broke those topics down into subtopics and assigned the subtopics numbers, called key numbers. The West key number system, still used today as the backbone of case law research in Westlaw, is at its core a categorization system for identifying cases by topic, similar to using hashtags on social media posts. At the same time, as they published cases in their National Reporter System, West's editorial team would identify each individual issue of law in a case. They would summarize those issues of law and publish them at the beginning or head of the case, and called those summaries headnotes. Finally, they married these two tools, headnotes and key numbers, together, pairing each headnote with the key number, or topic and subtopic, that it best matched. As they continued publishing cases in the West National Reporter System, they would publish both the headnotes to the case and their corresponding key numbers, as seen here. They then developed a separate publication called a digest that was organized by topic and key number, and republished the same case law headnotes there. Separate digests were published for each jurisdiction, but the key number system itself is uniform. So, as an attorney in Indiana in the 1800s, for example, I could go to the Indiana Digest, look up the topic and key number I wanted to research, and find the headnotes to Indiana cases that fall under this topic. I would use the citation to the case provided there to find the full text of the opinion in the Northeastern Reporter, the West reporter that publishes Indiana appellate court cases. And because the key number system is uniform, if I looked up my key number in the Indiana Digest and there were no cases listed, meaning Indiana had not dealt with cases on that particular legal issue yet, I could go to another state's digest, for example Illinois, look up the same key number, and find Illinois cases that I might use as persuasive authority in my legal argument. Headnotes and key numbers continue to be published in the West National Reporter System today, and digests are also still available as a print research tool. So before we dive into the databases, let's take a quick look at how you would use these tools in print. The print digests consist of a series of volumes organized by topic and key number. When using the print digests, you typically start with a descriptive word index at the end. Recall that in our previous tutorials about searching for case law, we used the hypothetical of a client wanting to have her criminal record expunged. If I were conducting Indiana case law research on this topic using print resources, I might start with the Indiana Digest and pick up the index volume for descriptive words D through I, looking for the term expungement. Then, just like the index to any other publication, I'll flip through the volume looking for where my term expungement appears. Notice there are several subjects within the Indiana Digest where the term expungement appears as a subtopic, including several entries for criminal law. I might start with criminal records generally, so I'll take note of topic and key number CrimLaw 1226-3. Next, I'll peruse the spines of the volumes of the Indiana Digest, looking for where the broad term criminal law falls. I see there are several volumes just on criminal law, so now I have to find the one that houses my key number, 1226. I can then flip through the pages of the digest volume, looking for my topic and key number in the upper margin. And listed under my key number, I'll find the headnotes to Indiana cases that have been categorized under this key number's subtopic. Notice that some cases appear more than once. This simply means that more than one headnote or issue of law in that case has been categorized under that topic and key number. If I were continuing my research in print, I could take the citation to the case, go to the Northeastern Reporter, and look up the case in print, first by finding the correct volume, and then turning to the starting page number, where my case begins again with headnotes and related key numbers, followed by the text of the opinion. Just as you can find print cases on Lexis and Westlaw, the headnotes and topics and key numbers are available there too. These tools are embedded in the very fabric of Lexis and Westlaw, where you are more likely to use them today. And although the idea of topics and headnotes began with West, Lexis has developed its own topic and headnote system, serving the same purpose. We will now look at each platform in turn to see how you can put their headnotes and topics or key numbers to work in your research, starting with Westlaw. This is a Seventh Circuit case pulled up on Westlaw. Often you'll use the topic and key number system by starting with a headnote in a case that you've already found. Sticking with the topic of criminal record expungement, let's imagine we want to focus specifically on what criteria would allow a person to have his or her record expunged. If researching this electronically on Westlaw, we might first search the database, as we did in the previous tutorials, to find cases based on full-text keyword searching. After finding a particularly good case, we can use tools within the case, such as headnotes, to find other related cases to expand our research. This is often referred to as the one good case method. For example, if we scroll through this case to get to the headnotes, which again are published at the top or the head of the opinion, notice that headnote 1 seems to talk about the very issue we wish to research. The number is the number of the headnote. Criminal law is the topic, and to the right of that is the more specific and narrower subtopic, or key number. If you'd like more detail about the key number assigned to this headnote, you can use the two buttons at the top right of the headnotes list to change your layout here, so that the key numbers are listed to the right of the headnotes. Personally, I prefer this second layout, because now I'm presented with a more detailed list of associated key numbers, from general to more specific. We can do two different things here to help us find additional relevant cases. First, notice the link below the text of the headnote, 36 cases that cite this headnote. Clicking this link will take you to a list of these 36 cases that have cited U.S. v. Flowers based on the legal issue summarized in this headnote. So if this is the legal issue that I'm particularly interested in researching, these 36 cases may also be relevant to that research. The other thing we can do from here to find additional relevant cases is to make use of the key numbers. By clicking on a key number, we are taken out of our case and into the West key number system. The list here contains headnotes to cases that fall under this key number. Occasionally you will see cases listed more than once here. Recall from the print demonstration earlier in this video that this simply means that that same case has several different headnotes, or issues of law, that have been classified under the same key number. One last thing I'd like to note about topics and key numbers on Westlaw is that you do not have to start in a case to use the West key number system. If you choose, you can begin with the system itself. From the home page of Westlaw, if you click on Content Types, you'll notice that key numbers is listed as one of the content types in Westlaw. You can do three different things here. You can browse the 450 top-level topics in the key number system. You can search the key numbers, or you can search the text of headnotes at the top of the screen. One bit of advice I'll give you is to keep those searches simple. because the text you'll be searching through, whether it's the words used in the topics and key numbers, or it's the brief descriptions used in the headnotes to cases, are fairly short and limited. Also note that if you find a key number that is particularly on point for your research, you can add the key number to your search, like you would a regular search term. Next, let's head over to Lexis to see how their topic and headnote system compares to Westlaw's. While the key number system is a product exclusive to Westlaw, Lexis has its own topic and headnote system. Looking at the same case in Lexis, you can scroll down to the LexisNexis headnotes and use the Lexis topic system to find similar cases. Lexis likewise presents their topic system as a tree structure, with the broader topics on the left and the narrower topics flowing to the right. Similar to Westlaw, the topics appear above the corresponding headnote. And again, we can do two different things here. First, notice the link below the text of the headnote. Shepherdize, narrow by this headnote. Clicking this link will take you to a list of 33 cases that cite this case based on this issue of law. But as in Westlaw, you can also use the topic string associated with this headnote to find related cases as well. In Headnote 3, the topic string is criminal law and procedure, post-conviction proceedings, expungement of convictions. If you want to find more cases that share that topic, click on the arrow next to expungement of convictions and get documents. You are taken into the Lexis topic system and given quick access to all legal materials in the database that fall under the topic of expungement of convictions, broken down by content type. This is therefore a little broader than the West key number system, which is exclusive to case law research. You can narrow the results using your filters on the left, such as searching within for new keywords, or narrowing by jurisdiction. Notice that although you began in a Seventh Circuit case, you are not similarly limited here. So if you want to focus on a particular jurisdiction, you'll have to narrow on the left. Now, just as with Westlaw, you can also begin your research from Lexis's topic system. From the home screen, in the Explore box below the search bar, you can click on Topics. You can now either browse or search for a topic of your choosing. For example, I'll search for expungement, which brings up two different options, expungement of convictions or expungement of records. If your topic falls under more than one broader topic, you'll have different options here. In our case, expungement of convictions only falls under the broader topic of criminal law and procedure and post-conviction proceedings. Now, if we click on this, we'll get back to the same topic document we retrieved when we were looking at Headnote 3 in the previous case. But one other feature I'd like to point out here is the document icon next to this heading. This takes you to the topic summary on expungement of convictions. The topic summary report is an interesting tool unique to Lexis. It can be a great starting place for your research because it provides quick access to landmark cases on your topic, the elements of court-created tests for determining whether a record is eligible to be expunged, relevant statutes, important secondary sources, the burden of proof, and the standards of review. So if this is the topic you're interested in researching, the topic summary report here could be a great launching off point for your research. But the main takeaway is that both Westlaw and Lexis have created robust headnote and topic systems to help you find cases based on a particular legal issue or topic. You should now have a basic understanding of what headnotes and topics or key numbers are and how to use them in case law research, as well as how headnotes and topics or key numbers function on both Lexis and Westlaw. This concludes Part 4 of Researching Cases. You may now advance to the final tutorial on case law research, Introducing Citators. If you have any questions, the research librarians are happy to help.